Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about different pots and pans found in the kitchen. One of my favorites and a really common one are saute pans. So notice that there's a rounded edge to the saute pan. This is used for sauteing food. So sauteing is a verb. It's a way of cooking. So the the rounded edge is going to help food use that as kind of like a ramp to toss the food in the pan so you don't need to use utensils to stir the food. So chefs will use their wrists to toss the food, and it will use that little lip to move the food around so it doesn't burn. On the left, you're going to see a Teflon pan. So this is a non-stick pan, and it just allows the food to come off easily from the bottom. So this is great for like maybe some cheesy dishes or eggs. A lot of people will use Teflon pans for eggs. On the right, you'll have a stainless steel pan, and this is a great pan to use for good heat conduction. This is a stock pot, so it's very large. So just to give you an idea, it probably holds about at least 5 gallons. They can come in bigger, they could be 10 gallons. And to make a stock, you're going to need a lot of bones. So raw bones from either chicken or beef or fish. You'll put your bones into the stock pot along with mirepoix, which is onion, celery, and carrot. And then you will need water and a bouquet garni, which is just a bundle of herbs and spices. And you'll simmer that for probably about 8 hours to get the flavors from the bones and the spices and herbs and your mirepoix. So typically when you make a stock, you do it in a really large batch since it takes forever. So it's a huge pot that you make your stock in. So it's called a stock pot. Here's your sauce pot. So this is smaller. This probably holds about anywhere from a quart to 8 quarts. And this is used for making sauces. So we're going to learn about the mother sauces. These are the sauces which every other sauce in the world is derived from. So you can make a sauce with dairy. You can make a sauce with chicken stock. You can make a sauce with tomato. So this is used for smaller quantity of food, and you will make your sauces in this kind of pot or small amounts of soup. This is a double boiler. So on the left, you see the setup for the double boiler. The far left pot is where the water will go. Probably about 2 inches of water will go on the bottom. Then you're going to set the insert in, so the one to the right of the pot on the left. That'll go on top, and you will use the steam from the water below to cook the food. Okay, so this is just a gentler way of cooking something. So on the picture on the right, you see that they are cooking chocolate. And this is typically the way to cook chocolate because if you were to just throw the chocolate right into a pot directly on the stove, it will probably burn. So the double boiler helps cook food more gently. This is a pasta cooker, so you will fill this pot all the way up with water, bring it to a boil, and then you just have it on the cook line as you are preparing dinner or lunch or whatever it may be. So this is just to cook food or pasta or vegetables very quickly, so you don't have to start a fresh pot of boiling water. So this is constantly boiling, and you just replenish the water as it boils off. And there are different quadrants where you can put your pasta or your vegetables. And then the containers that you use are perforated, so once you lift it up out of that pot, all of the water will drain, and you'll just be left with the vegetables or pasta. Next, we have a braising pan. So for braising, you're going to sear the food first using the dry heat cooking method. Then you will add a liquid, usually it will be stock, to transfer it into the moist heat cooking method. So together, this will be the combination method. So with the braising pan, you can sear your meat right in that pan, and then once you add your stock, you'll cover it with that lid, and then it will braise for probably about 8 hours. Okay, so this is used for braising. Next, you have your cast iron pan. This pan is one of my favorites. It conducts heat very, very well. This will allow a nice crust to form on the outside of whatever I'm cooking. So I'll do steaks,